In this video, we're going to find the area of composite shapes. So composite shape is a shape that is irregular, but we can still find the area by following a few simple steps. Number one, we'll break the shape into smaller shapes that you can find the area for. So we're going to look at breaking a shape up into squares, rectangles, or triangles. Step two, you're going to find the area of each of the smaller shapes. And step three, you're going to add the areas of the smaller shapes together to find the total area. So let's look at how we're going to divide this shape up into something that we can find the area of. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line right here. I'm going to break this shape up into two rectangles. So let's do that first. All right, now I need to find the area. And my total area is going to be equal to the area of one rectangle plus the area of the other rectangle. And I know area of rectangles is going to be the length times the width for both of them. So let's start with the first one. So starting with the first one, the thing I notice is that I need to find this width and I need to find this length because they're not given to me. It's not that difficult to do though. I have enough information in the problem to figure it out. If I know this side is 10 feet and I know this length is 8 feet, this length plus this length needs to equal 10 feet. So if I take 10 minus 8, I get 2 feet. And I figure out that this is 2 feet. Then I need to know, well, how long is this side? Well, if this side that's parallel to it is 9 feet, and this one is 3 feet, then 9 minus 3 would equal 6, or 6 feet. Now I have everything I need to calculate the area of this first rectangle. It is 6 by 2 feet. So let's come over here, and we're going to do 6 times 2. And I know that 6 times 2 is 12. All right, let's look at rectangle number 2. Rectangle number 2 is 10 feet by 3 feet. So now I add 10 feet times 3 feet, which is 30 square feet. And finally, I add my two areas together. 12 square feet plus 30 square feet would be 42 square feet. And that's the area of that composite shape. All right, using that same shape, let's talk about other ways that you could have found the composite area. I drew a line here, and I broke this shape up into a rectangle here and a rectangle here. I could have also drawn a line here and made a rectangle here and a rectangle there, and the area would have come out to be the same thing. There's another way that we can do this, and I tell my students this is thinking outside the box. So by thinking outside the box, instead of breaking the shape up into smaller pieces, what if I make it a full rectangle? And now I have a full rectangle that is 9 by 10, and I have a smaller rectangle that is 8 feet by, and I think we calculated that to be 6 feet in the previous example. I have a smaller rectangle that is 8 feet by 6 feet, and if I take the big one, I can subtract out the smaller, and I should still get the same area. So let's give that a try. So we have area is going to now be area of the big rectangle minus the area of the small rectangle. And for both, we know the area formula is length times width. And I know the area of the big rectangle is going to be 9 times 10. 9 times 10. minus the area of the smaller rectangle, which is 6 by 8. So we need to do 6 times 8. 9 times 10 is 90. 6 times 8 is 48. And 90 minus 48 is 42 square feet. All right, last example. I have a composite shape that looks like it is or can be broken up into a square and a triangle. So let's first do that. Let's divide it up into shapes that I know, which are a square and a triangle. And I see I have the 2 dimensions I need for my square, but I'm not so sure I have everything I need for my dimensions of my triangle. If I look outside the figure, it's saying from this corner to the top vertex, we have 5 inches. So that's actually the height of my triangle. And I have this base, and I have to transfer the dimension of that base from this dimension down here. So if this is 6 inches, that means that this is also 6 inches. So let's put that in. Now I'm ready to find my area. I have the area of a square plus the area of a triangle. So my total area is going to be the area of a square plus the area of a triangle. And the area of a square is side times side, and the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So now I'm just going to pull the dimensions out of my figure. The square, the side lengths are 6 by 6, so we'll add those in. And then dimensions of my triangle, my base is 6 and my height is 5. So we're going to do 6 times 5 divided by 2. Now all that's left is for us to do the math out. 6 times 6 is 36 square inches. 6 times 5 is 30, divided by 2 is 15. And we add 36 plus 15. We get 36 and 15, 51 square inches.